Coral was not your typical mermaid. While others wove through kelp forests or danced in sun-drenched shallows, her home was a symphony of whirring pumps, humming filters, and the gentle, persistent hum of life. She was the head curator of the Abyssal Grand Menagerie, the biggest, most spectacular zoo in the whole underwater world. The menagerie was a marvel of marine engineering. It wasn't a collection of tanks, but a vast, cleverly managed ecosystem carved into a dormant underwater volcano. Bioluminescent fungi lit winding paths, while transparent, magically reinforced crystal walls separated habitats, allowing visitors to float through a globe-trotting adventure without ever leaving the Pacific Trench. Coral's office was a bubble of organized chaos, tucked behind the kelp forest exhibit. Charts of water chemistry were pinned to rock walls alongside sketches of new enrichment toys for the octopuses. Her long, silver tail flicked absently as she studied a holographic display, her brow furrowed. The temperature in the Sunken City exhibit is fluctuating again, she muttered to her assistant, a skittish seahorse named Finley. The anglerfish are getting grumpy, and a grumpy anglerfish is a terrible tourist attraction. Finley buzzed nervously. The geothermal vent regulator is on the fritz, Coral. The engineers are stumped. Coral sighed, pushing a strand of dark green hair from her face. This was the heart of her job, not just admiring the creatures, but understanding the delicate balance that kept them healthy and happy. A zoo this size was a living, breathing entity, and she was its heart. Her morning rounds were a ritual. She glided first to the open ocean dome, a colossal space where manta rays soared like underwater birds and schools of sardines moved as a single, shimmering entity. Coral didn't just observe. She interacted. She clicked a series of soft greetings to a passing dolphin pod, receiving cheerful whistles in return. A young turtle, a rescue with a damaged flipper, nudged her hand affectionately. "He's doing well," she noted to a mermaid keeper. "The hydrotherapy is working. Increase his swim time by 10 minutes today." Next was the Twilight Zone, a dark, mysterious exhibit where the only light came from the pulsating glows of the inhabitants. Here, Coral's own faint bioluminescence, a trait from her deep-water ancestry, came in handy. She communicated with a grumpy, recently acquired vampire squid, calming its fears with soft, pulsing patterns of light until it uncurled its crimson arms. But the real challenge awaited in the Sunken City exhibit, a replica of an ancient Atlantis-style ruin. The water was noticeably cooler than it should be. The lionfish, usually proud and displayful, were huddled together. The pair of mated seahorses looked stressed. "Right," Coral said, her voice firm. "Enough of this." She dismissed the team of flustered engineer merfolk and swam to the source, a large, metallic regulator built over a natural geothermal vent. It was a complex piece of machinery, but Coral saw it as just another part of the ecosystem. She placed her hands on the casing, closing her eyes. She could feel the vibrations, the hiccups in the energy flow. It wasn't a mechanical failure, not really. It was a clog. A specific, heat-resistant mollusk had decided the regulator made a lovely home, its colony thickening and disrupting the delicate heat exchange. No tool could reach them. But Coral had a different idea. She swam to the mangrove root exhibit and found what she was looking for, a group of industrious cleaner shrimp. With a series of delicate gestures, she explained the problem. Soon, a brigade of hundreds of tiny shrimp, led by Coral, descended upon the regulator. They swarmed over the metal, their tiny claws picking and cleaning with surgical precision. Within an hour, the mollusk colony was gone. A steady, warm flow of water immediately began to pulse through the exhibit. The lionfish relaxed, fanning their fins once more. The seahorses entwined their tails, content. The zoo's director, a venerable old walrus with impressive tusks, floated down to observe. "I should have known," he rumbled, a smile in his voice. "The engineers brought sonic probes and pressure gauges. You brought shrimp." "It's not about forcing the environment, sir," Coral replied, watching the shrimp return to their roots. "It's about listening to it. The menagerie isn't a prison. It's a sanctuary. We have to work with the ocean, not against it." That afternoon, as the zoo filled with visitors, wide-eyed merchildren, graceful stingrays, and even a curious pod of whales, Coral took her place at the heart of it all. She gave a talk in the main arena, her voice amplified by a whispering conch. She spoke of the rescued turtle's journey, of the secret language of the vampire squid, and of the tiny cleaner shrimp who were the unsung heroes of the day. She didn't just show them animals. She told their stories, weaving a tapestry of connection and wonder. As the bioluminescent fungi brightened for the evening, casting the menagerie in an ethereal blue glow, Coral swam slowly back to her office. She was tired, but deeply satisfied. The biggest zoo in the underwater world wasn't just a collection of exhibits. It was a promise of understanding, of conservation, and of harmony. And Coral, the mermaid who listened to the water and spoke to the shrimp, was the one who kept that promise alive, one gentle, solution-filled day at a time. The end. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.